The Red Cross is, I think, one of the most amazing organizations in the world, and I'm so excited to be part of it. And I'm so excited that we're all going to be part of the next step in the evolution of helping the Red Cross be even better at fulfilling its mission. And we want to help the culture and practices align even more with this fantastic mission. The American Red Cross prevents and alleviates human suffering in the face of emergencies by mobilizing the power of volunteers and the generosity of donors. And as a brain geek, I'm excited to tell you that there's a scientific definition of compassion, which is empathy plus action equals compassion. And the Red Cross is compassion embodied. Every part of the mission is empathizing with someone's challenges and acting to help. And our culture enhancement process, therefore, has to be different than most change management processes. It has to be brain-friendly to work with our emotions. We will activate the primal in-group bias that all people have for better teamwork, and will minimize the dreaded other side of that bias, the out-group bias, that causes a majority of the conflict within a culture, and the out-group bias also makes people resist change. Now, to activate the positive in-group bias and inspire teamwork, we will treat the culture more like a garden to cultivate rather than a machine to fix, which is how often process changes works. And culture enhancement is a long, gradual process with one simple step at a time. And our culture enhancement needs to be inspired, not forced, invited, not demanded. It will be highly interactive, more like a dialogue between different parts of the culture, not the leaders dictating things. It's kind of like a really good marriage, or any good friendship, really. Now, to do this, we'll start by focusing on a positive common vision for the culture. Then we're going to build upon the great stuff already in place. And this creates a feeling of momentum toward that fantastic vision. We'll discover culture heroes and great practices toward that vision that are already in place. Then, and only then after we built that momentum, do we start gentle, brain-friendly campaigns to help cultivate new positive habits based on research-based methods. And because we humans are so sensitive to anything that triggers our out-group bias, we will communicate to everybody in very thoughtful and compassionate ways. We will craft the culture vision using their input in language that's appealing to all of the groups involved, not put it in corporate jargon. And we're going to use a listen and adapt approach, just like any good dialogue. We'll listen, right? Gather input, ideas, and learn from people all over the organization. And then using what we've learned, we'll adapt our plans of communication to make them fit and work even better for people. Then we'll communicate and listen again. We'll be sharing what we've learned, we're going to inspire each other with what we've learned, and we're going to gain helpful input on what to do next. And then we'll continue adapting and listening, adapting and continuing as we enhance the culture. As you know, to build on the great stuff already in place, we'll discover and cultivate culture heroes. And we're going to do this in as diverse parts of the organization as we can. We're going to amplify their best ideas and attitudes and their practices. We'll invite those who are eager to vocally support the culture enhancement process to become culture ambassadors. We're going to give these ambassadors some guidance and a platform to spread their great stuff all over the organization. And to help the culture get even better, we're going to gather input in brain-friendly ways and choose a certain behavior that we want to see installed and reinforced throughout the organization. We'll choose that pro-culture behavior and we'll create a mindset and a behavior around that and develop this into a learning campaign. As part of that campaign, we'll create a short, simple video that teaches the mindset and that specific behavior we want to see people do habitually. Teams all over the organization will use this self-guided video, ideally all starting during the same week. And then they're going to practice and reinforce it in brief meetings a number of times over the next few weeks to help people form that into a habit. So we're all doing this at the same time. This also helps create a common vocabulary and a positive sea change across the country, all shifting at the same time. And we may do learning campaigns like this a few times over the next year. We'll see. And at some point, we're also going to gather ideas from people on how to make the Red Cross systems and processes support our culture and vice versa even more. And we might get their help in making those changes. Now you might be asking, all right, this sounds great, Bob. And what role do we play in it? How do we decide what each step is? So our culture team members, You get to choose to be part of different squads that we'll have on the team to help coordinate different efforts. So for example, we're going to have a vision statement squad, an ambassador squad, and a retreat suggestion squad. Now it's best if you choose which squads to belong to based on what you're most passionate about, what skills and strengths you can contribute. And of course, every squad will have a leader that helps coordinate its efforts, and I will support all the squads as well. And I'm so excited to get started with you on this incredible adventure. It's going to be an amazing journey, and I'm looking forward to seeing you.